I've had to really examine I am lonely. I am a lonely person, kind of the monikers that I've placed on myself over the years. And the whole idea of feeling lonely versus being lonely. And I cannot wait to, I've been following John Kim, who otherwise known as the Angry Therapist, but I am such a huge fan of his method of psychology, which is with you and not at you. And it is more clinical, less clinical, more counsel-based. And I adore him. And I can't wait to have the pull-up this week so we can talk about I get so lonely, I can't let just anybody hold me. It's true though. What a bop that song is. Shout out to The Velvet Rope. That is such an amazing album. And to me, to be honest with you, I think that that's one of my favorite Janet albums of all times, just because I think that it unleashed I think it unleashed a side of her that that we didn't really get. Like Janet, the previous album was like, it's fun, it's lighthearted. I will say this though. That song, I Get Lonely, was co-written by Janet's husband at the time, Renee Elizondo. And she was married to him for 20-something years, and we had no fucking idea. So, anywho's. So what is happening out here in the world? Oh, did you guys see Little Man Man? Yes, Nicki Minaj's baby boy, Little Man Man. Yes. Oh, Man is so cute. Yes. He looks just like her. He looks like he's going to be bad. But in the most cutest, most adorable way possible. He looks like a little bear. Like he just looks like he smells like cupcakes. Like yes. Good for you, Nicki Minaj. Very happy for you. But in some otherwise sad news, let's just jump right into it. Why don't we? So Zoe Kravitz is divorcing Carl Glusman. Now, if you recall, they had, I believe, a beautiful Parisian wedding, but, according to People magazine, a rep for Zoe has confirmed that they have split. It looks like they are heading for divorce after only 18 months of marriage. Now, I don't really know much about their relationship. As far as I'm concerned, Zoe Kravitz she's just a sweet little petal flower. We love her, so, like the rest of us, relationship didn't work out. I will say this though, Zoe is not one of those people that has besmudged our eyes with her relationship up and down and all up and through the hallways of social media, stuffing the faux perfection of her relationship down our throats. So for that reason alone, I think that she's owed much privacy in the situation. And the fact that we already don't know much about the relationship, half of American marriages end in divorce. Now, those numbers actually, despite what we've been hearing over the years, divorces are currently declining. I know. Isn't that nice? Everybody's trying to stay together. And shout out to all the bitches and all the niggas who posted their boos And shout out to all the boos who ended up in multiple Christmas and New Year's posts. I love that for you. Oh, what do I mean? Okay, the messiness of it all. So I definitely, if I wanted to really be nasty and messy, like I could definitely like post and tag a nigga who is in somebody else's posts and untag. And you guys, I'm not in a relationship. So this is for the girls who are. If your boo doesn't post you on social media, you're not in their icon. You are, you're just not someone that they really put out there like that. But you, on the other hand, are being put out there like that. Is that weird? Like, does it have to be a mutual agreement? I don't know. I think that I would much prefer to not be out here and vice versa. Speaking of Zoe Kravitz, her homeboy, Alexander McQueen. Oh my God, it's still early. Alexander Wang, bitch. Alexander Wang. Well, it looks like he got himself into a wang dang doodle of a situation. Turns out that several models were posting this week all of their mishaps and all of their incidents with the famed fashion designer. One model who I think he goes by the name of like submodel management or something of the sort. He kind of started the post and talked about how multiple people have the same stories of being groped at parties, and down to even being drugged. Just days after Alexander Wang's birthday, where he had a huge tribute and party fete thrown in his honor. Top models and celebrities celebrated the New York designer with Instagram tributes. The internet was abuzz with allegations of his predatory substance-fueled behavior. Now, the designer, who has built a brand around parties, so to speak, of the words of Diet Prada, came under fire. Even, listen, do you guys remember that he had creating a Walk of Shame inspired campaign, even casting R. Kelly in his Summer 17 campaign? Listen, Alexander Wang has long been accused of some suspicious behavior. One, Azealia Banks even had some exchange with Alexander about him being a coke-fueled fool traipsing around the city. And apparently Alexander has a thing for the trans girls and really knows how to get out of hand with them at the parties too. Now, Alexander Wang did issue a statement, and it read in part, "Over the last few days, I have been on the receiving end of baseless and grotesquely false accusations. These claims have been wrongfully amplified by social media accounts infamous for posting defamatory material from undisclosed and or anonymous sources with zero evidence or any fact-checking whatsoever. Seeing these lies about me being perpetuated as truths has been infuriating. I have never engaged in the atrocious behavior described and would never conduct myself in the manner that's being alleged. I intend to get to the bottom of this and hold accountable whoever is responsible for originating these claims and viciously spreading them online." Now, nowhere in his statement did he mention the victims. And And it seems as though the story is kind of disappeared more than it's being amplified, which I think that's, I don't know if that's our short attention span, or is it just, do we not care? Have we had so much of this kind of news stuffed down our throat that we no longer have within us the desire to even muster up care? I don't know. I will say this, though. If this is in fact true, I am shocked because Alexander Wang is not a big guy by any stretch of the imagination. But power, power has a lot to do with the construct of this kind of behavior. I'm surprised somebody didn't just tump him down somewhere or box him down somewhere because, he's tiny. Ew. If this is true, shame on you. It's put that Wang away, Alexander Wang. It's just disgusting. What make of you the North Face Gucci collaboration? Yes, that is right. North Face and Gucci will be doing a collaboration. Now, the collaboration has already started with the wrapping of certain buildings designed by Gucci's own Alessandro. And so, yes, I know. No on a first name basis, please. So interesting to note. Also interesting to note that you girls are, let's pull over one more time, shall we? So CNN reports that the 10th largest petition in the country is the petition on student loans, right? Okay, cool. Now, student loans are racking most people in America. Yet and still, the girls are out here trying to compete with the scammers and the stealers. And I'm here to let y'all know that you are going to get your feelings so hurt trying to keep up with people who steal. And I don't mean just go into the store and steal, because that is low level. No, okay? Show me the receipts, okay? No, I'm talking about real scamming. Real scam, bitch, give a fuck about a nigga. Yes, I'm talking about some real scamming shit, Shout out to the girls who are independent and making their own money and doing it on their own. And, that's very, it will always never, I don't know. It always is going to be a mystery to me how much Black people value labels from a sense of validity. And what I mean by that is if you're a fan of this show, we have talked about the fashion nigga, the jiggy nigga, and then the stylish people. You know what I mean? The fashion niggas, the niggas who work in the industry, doesn't necessarily mean that they have any style whatsoever. Doesn't necessarily mean that they are jiggy. They're just fashion niggas. They have access. So they wear a lot of labels, but they are not stylish people. Then there's the jiggy bitches. The jiggy bitches think that they're fashion bitches, right? They have access. They really know they can make shit hot in the streets. They are the ones that make shit hot in the streets. They are the ones that your stylist is looking up to. These are the girls that are, doing what they got to do to look fly. Now, these bitches are not out here really paying attention to labels. It just so happens that a lot of the fly shit that they like might be a label. But these are bitches that, they're not classically trained in fashion. They wear labels. That doesn't make them fashion niggas. That makes them more jiggy niggas. Dude, let's not get it confused. These are not people who are classically trained in the origins and history of fashion and the creativity behind